Hi, this is Toby here from Integral Meditation Asia. I want to talk a little bit today about the Integral Mindfulness Program, which is one of the main mindfulness programs that I offer to companies and organizations. So the Integral Mindfulness Program is a modular, integrative approach to mindfulness that is designed to achieve two ends. So first of all, it's designed, I'm going to be speaking to you here as if I'm talking to a participant in the program. It's designed to help you become more effective and more productive at work. More effective, more productive, more creative. At the same time, it's also designed to help you to become more happy, more integrative, and more at peace with yourself as a person. So it's really designed to create a kind of a win-win situation between yourself as a person, your own personal happiness, and your capacity to contribute creatively, effectively, and productively in your place of work. So it's creating a win-win situation between your personal development and growth as an individual and your performance as part of your team at work. So there are three main elements that I want to pick out today. The first is it's a modular program. Secondly, it is an integrative program. And thirdly, it's a mindfulness program. So what do we mean by modular? So first of all, modular means there are seven major domains or modules within the Integral Mindfulness Program, each of which is designed to address a particular set of needs in terms of consciousness development. And each of those 7 modules is then subdivided into 7 or 8 sub-modules or categories, which are looking at specific areas of that particular area or domain of mindfulness, and picking up on specific tools with which you can use to develop your consciousness and your way of going and being in the world through mindfulness. So the fact that it's modular means that it is very diverse, and there are many different aspects to the Integral Mindfulness Program, but those 7 modules are designed to be as comprehensive as possible in terms of covering the main bases that you need to develop within your mind in order to become personally happy and productive and effective at work, and to enjoy the process of engaging in your work. So because it's modular and because each module has sub-modules, then it's very flexible in the sense that I can create a mindfulness program for you and your organization that is very specific to your particular needs. So I can come in and talk to you and gain a little bit of an idea about what your particular working environment is, what the demands upon yourself and your employees are, and I can then pick out the particular modules and sub-modules that are going to be most effective for you in addressing your particular needs in your particular environment. It also means that the Integral Mindfulness Program is flexible in terms of the timing. So if you just want me to come in and do a 90-minute or a 3-hour program for you on a one-off, then I can do that. And again, I will just teach the particular aspects of the Integral Mindfulness Programs that is going to be most pertinent to you and your organization. But then, because each module has a lot of depth, I can also teach the program over a 1-day, 2-day, or even 3-day program, or an 8-week, once or twice a week program for an hour each time. And there's plenty of material that we can really explore in depth in order to explore how mindfulness and integral mindfulness practice can really help you and your company improve individual performance, as well as improve the happiness of the individual members. So that's the first thing I wanted to highlight is the modular approach of the Integral Mindfulness Program. The second aspect of it is integrative. So what do we mean by integrative? Integrative really means the Integral Mindfulness Program brings together one or 2 or more different aspects of your consciousness and brings them together in an integrative way to form a greater functional whole. So that the 2 individual elements of your mind, your consciousness, are working as a team, and because they're working as a team, they are functioning more effectively than they would be able to do on their own, or if they were fighting against each other. So to give some simple examples of this, an obvious starting point is your mind and your emotions. So the Integral Mindfulness Program is designed to bring your mind, that is to say your thinking mind, and your emotions, that is to say the feeling aspect of your mind, together into a complementary whole, so that they are working together, so that your feeling nature is helping you to think more clearly, and your thinking nature is helping you to feel more clearly and appropriately. So that's what we mean by integrative. So I'll give maybe 3 practical examples of this. So first of all, let's talk about the idea of relaxation and concentration. So the Integral Mindfulness Program helps you to, through mindfulness practice, helps you to bring together the practice of relaxation and concentration together into what we call focused awareness. So normally when you think about relaxation, it's kind of like zoning out, kind of not thinking at all, kind of almost like a way of becoming less conscious. When we think about becoming more concentrated or focused, we think about really applying our consciousness fully and dynamically. But then what if you were able to bring these two together such that you're able to engage in your work in a focused and productive way, in a way that was also relaxed and enjoyable? Okay, so that's one example of what we mean by integrative. It brings together the activities of relaxation and focus together into an integrated, functional whole that is better than, that is more functional than, more effective than simply being totally focused and really trying so hard that eventually you get exhausted, or being completely relaxed and zoned out. So focused attention, focused relaxation. Another example is the process of becoming more aware of fear and anxiety in order to be able to take risk intelligently. So what do we mean by here? So quite often our instinctive reaction to the process of experiencing fear and anxiety is to push it away and try to become less aware of it, to get into a fight with it. And that in turn, that pushing away of our fear and anxiety inhibits our ability to take risk and chances intelligently and appropriately. So what the Integral Mindfulness Program aims to do is to increase our capacity to cope consciously and mindfully with anxiety and fear, so that we can then engage in the process of taking risk, thinking creatively, and taking chances in a way that is going to make us better, more productive, more effective. So again, it's not eliminating fear and anxiety in order to become more productive. It's becoming more aware of the everyday anxiety and fear that we experience, and learning to use it appropriately and intelligently in order to take the right type of risk, take the right type of chances where we really need to in our work. So, a little bit of conversation going on. So one more example that I've got for you. So one thing that the Integral Mindfulness Program teaches is the ability to enter into a space of mental silence and spaciousness in a way that enhances your capacity for creative thought. So often when we think about thinking creatively, there's this idea of being very active in our thinking process and trying to make ourselves, almost like drive ourselves towards a creative conclusion by almost the idea of if I think enough, somewhere along the line the solution will come. So the Integral Mindfulness Program teaches you how to empty your mind, how to bring your mind into a state of relative silence and peace, in order that genuinely creative ideas can kind of pop into those spaces. So I don't know about you, but I'm certainly aware that a lot of the best ideas that I have for my business and for my work and for my own creative process kind of pop in there when I'm feeling really relaxed, where there's a lot of space in there. So the Integral Mindfulness Program teaches methods whereby you can deliberately empty your mind so that those spaces can help you to facilitate a kind of creative, a greater and deeper level of creative engagement in your work that will make you more effective and more creative in the way in which you engage your daily tasks at work and at home, of course. Okay, so that's a little bit about the integrative aspect of the Integral Mindfulness Program. So the final part is the mindfulness aspect of it itself, and this is where I think the Integral Mindfulness Program really comes into its own. So lots of different training programs you can bring into your company and your organization will no doubt have got a lot of good ideas. But then what do you do with those ideas? Once the program has been completed, you say, well, that's a great set of ideas, I really like them, but then how do I apply them? So the good thing about the Integral Mindfulness Program is that the mindfulness element, each idea, each concept that is brought into the arena during the Integral Mindfulness Program, there is a corresponding mindfulness practice that we engage in order to bridge the gap between our intellectual idea of what we should be doing and the actual experience of it. So this is what mindfulness does. It's a way of experientially exploring the territory of any great idea to make us more effective, more happy, more productive, more integrated. And so there is an actual practice that you engage in order to become good at all of these ideas that we've been exploring about greater peace of mind, greater functionality, greater effectiveness. So for every module of the Integral Mindfulness practice and every sub-module, there are actual practices that we sit down and do, and these practices are designed to help you to start building those competencies in that practice right away. Okay, and so also during the sessions, what I do is I record the mindfulness practices that we do in the sessions as MP3s, and then I send them to you so that you and your team will have the actual practices that you can sit down to listen to. Subsequently, when I've moved on, when the course has been finished, you'll have the actual recordings. Normally they're short, 5, 10, 15-minute recordings of each practice that we've done, so that you can come back to it each day, practice it, and develop your mindful competencies, over the weeks, over the months, over the years, and you have everything that you need in order to be able to do that over an extended period of time. So I provide that for you as part of the backup and the service of the course. So there you go. Those are the three main things I wanted to cover. The modular approach to the Integral Mindfulness Program, the integrative approach, and the mindfulness itself. And again, just to re-emphasize my original point here, which is that it's all about creating a win-win relationship between becoming effective, productive, and functional at work, and becoming personally happy and fulfilled within your own life and your own individual development. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen. I hope you've enjoyed this, and this is Toby from Integral Meditation Asia. Thanks very much.